Today we're going to be going through our advanced upper body movement session with our stick mobility sticks. We're going to use all 3 of our sticks today, as well as a yoga block or a towel or something cushiony to place your forehead on as we lie face down for some of our shoulder work. And let's get started. So we're going to start today with a seesaw. We're going to stretch into flexion and extension of the shoulders with your one long stick. So you're going to place the long stick across the shoulders, and then you're going to kind of wrap your hands on top here, okay? So the right hand is going to stay on top, and then you're going to release the left arm, keeping it on your shoulder with the right arm. You're going to kind of slide the right side of the stick forward as the left hand grabs onto the stick behind you. So we're still on the shoulder with the stick. Right arm is kind of pressing down on that stick in front of you, and the left hand is pressing down on the stick behind you. So we're going to teeter-totter or seesaw, pressing down on the stick with each hand. So in a comfortable tall standing position, we're going to start by pressing the left hand down on the stick, sliding that right arm into shoulder flexion. So I want you to think about pressing your back into that stick so we're not overarching the spine to get into that flexion. Keep that back in contact with the stick as we push forward with that left hand. Try not to let the stick slide out too far to the side. And then we're going to push down with that right hand, and the left arm is going to release tension so it can slide up into shoulder extension behind you. Try not to turn the body towards that left side. You want to try to keep those shoulders nice and square by pulling the right shoulder back. And then let's do that again. I'll show you from this side. So we're going to push down and forward with that left arm, pulling that right arm into shoulder flexion behind you. Again, you don't want that too far out to the side. You want that stick to be as close to straight up and down as possible. Then we're going to push down on that right arm. So the left arm is pulling up behind you. Again, try to slide that stick towards 12 o'clock with that right hand so that the left arm doesn't pull too far out to the side. Let's do that 3 more times. Drive down with the left arm to pull the right arm overhead into that shoulder flexed stretch, and reverse it. Press down with the right arm. We're working at about 40% of your max effort here. Nothing too crazy, just enough to get the shoulders and the scapula working, and press down with the left hand. Last 2. Keep that position nice and narrow, and press down with the right hand. Try to direct that front of the stick towards 12 o'clock. And let's go one more time. Press down and forward with that left hand. And reverse it. Press down with the right arm. And rest. Let's bring that stick back across both shoulders. Reset that grip, both hands on top. You can release the right arm, reach that right arm on top as the stick slides to your left shoulder. Okay, so now I've got the left hand on top in front, right hand on top in back. I'm going to start this time by pushing the left arm down into the stick, driving that right arm into shoulder extension. Once again, try to make sure it doesn't lean out to the side. Try to make sure your body is not leaning to compensate as well. And then let's go into shoulder flexion. Push the right hand down into the stick to bring that left arm overhead. Again, push that back into the stick. We want to feel wide in the back to help stabilize those shoulders. And then again, push the left arm down into the stick, reaching that front of the stick towards 12 o'clock as the right arm reaches up behind you. Try not to rotate the shoulders. Keep the left shoulder pulling back and the right shoulder forward. And push the right hand into the stick, bringing that left arm up by the ear. Try not to overarch that spine. Let's do 3 more. Push the left hand down. Take a breath here. Let the right arm be taken up into shoulder extension. Push the right arm down to take the left arm up into shoulder flexion. And last 2. Push the left arm down. Right arm goes behind. Push the right arm down. Left arm goes up. Take a breath and let's go one more time. Push the left arm down. Right arm goes up behind you. And last time into shoulder flexion. Push that right arm forward. Let that left arm be taken up. And release the tension. We can come out of that position. And we're going to grab our other long stick. We're going to go into some monkey hang work. We're going to do this from a split stance. We're going to first practice just getting in and out of that hang, using the upper body to hang and pull yourself up. And then we're going to add some rotations of the spine on top of it. So with the right leg forward, left leg is going to be back in a static split stance or lunge position. We're going to place the sticks right outside of the hips at 3 and 9 o'clock, and then you're going to reach up top and grab those sticks with a rope grip with some slack in the elbows. So first you're just going to hang down into your monkey hang. Now this version of the monkey hang, it's like you're on an elevator. The hips are going to sink straight down. And then from the bottom of this position, I want you to really give your weight to the sticks. So you're really kind of hanging into this position. Try not to put too much weight in those legs. And then I want you to drive the sticks into the floor, pulling the shoulders away from the ears and pull yourself up. So I'm really almost like trying to do a pull up here as I pull myself back to that standing position. Let's do that again. So fall into that hang, nice and controlled. Really allow yourself to hang here, almost as if you could lift one or the other foot. And then pull yourself back to that standing position. Let's do one more just like that. So fall into that hang, giving your weight to those sticks. Drive the sticks into the floor, and then you're going to pull yourself back up. So we're getting the tissues in the upper body ready to work in this movement, okay? So the more weight you can give to the sticks, the more benefit your upper body is going to get out of it. So now let's go into that hang again. So sinking straight down, give your weight to those sticks. We're going to hold here. So we're going to drive the sticks into the floor, pulling the shoulders away from the ears. Now keep those hips nice and still as we rotate. So because you have a lot of weight on those sticks, you might not rotate very far. If you were to keep going, then you would have to put some weight in those legs. So keep it small so that you can keep more of your weight in the sticks. Now reach the right stick forward, opening the chest to the left. Keep those hips nice and still as we go through these rotations. Reach the left stick forward. Try to look straight ahead for these rotations. And reach the right stick forward. So right now the grip is already waking up. We have the lats working hard to hold this hang position. And switch, right stick forward. See if you can hang a little bit lower with each rotation. And left stick forward, 2 more. And a right stick forward, hang lower. 1 more time, left stick forward. Right stick forward. Come back center. Pull yourself up. And then we'll shake it out and switch sides. All right, so shake out that grip, those hands and fingers. Give your grip and your lats a little bit of a break. And now let's do that on the left side. I'll show you from this direction. So now the left leg is going to be forward, right leg is back in this static position. We're going to place the sticks at 3 and 9 o'clock. Reach up top with that rope grip and let's hang down. Hang all the way down. Really give your weight to those sticks. And drive the shoulders away from the ears as you pull yourself up. And again, we're going to do 2 more. Hanging straight down, giving your weight to those sticks. And drive those sticks into the floor to pull yourself back up. Take a breath. And let's do that 1 more time. Pulling down into that hang, giving your weight to those sticks. Take a deep breath here. And drive down to come up out of it. All right, reset your grip if you need. Then we're going to get back to that hang and add those rotations. Okay. So we're going to hang down into that split stance position. Giving your weight to the sticks. We're going to drive those sticks into the floor, activating that hang. And then we're going to rotate. So we're going to reach that right stick forward, hold. And reach the left stick forward. Keep those hips nice and still. With each rotation, we're going to hang a little bit lower. Reach the right stick forward. Hold. And reach the left stick forward. Hold. And last 3. Your right stick forward. Hold. And left stick forward. Keep hanging lower. Give your weight to those sticks. Last two, right stick forward. Hold. Left stick forward. Hold. And let's go one more time. Right stick forward. Hold. And left stick forward. Come back center. Pull yourself up. Woo, and rest. Okay. Got some really nice grip work in there with those hangs. Let's move on to our shoulder flexion. We're going to add a press to this today. So if you know that you need your hands pretty far apart with your shoulder flexion, with your prone flexion, keep a long stick, but if not, grab a short stick. Grab your towel or block or slider. That's going to go underneath your forehead. We're going to lie face down. We're going to lift the stick off the floor into shoulder flexion. Then we're going to use our external rotation of the shoulders to press the stick behind the head. So you're going to try to pull the stick behind you as far as you can go and then press it back up overhead, okay? Place the stick in front of your block or slider or towel. We're going to lie face down. Forehead's going to go on that surface. Press those feet into the floor. Then we're going to grab that stick pretty far apart. So we're going to do this a little bit wider than if you were doing like a regular overhead press, okay? Because we're going to need a little extra space. So it's going to be wider than shoulder width, and we can adjust throughout. Make sure that you roll those wrists forward. So we don't want too much wrist extension here. We want the knuckles pointing straight ahead the whole time if possible. So we're going to drive the feet down into the floor at 60% tension. We're going to pull apart on that stick at 60% tension as we lift off of the floor. Keep pulling that stick apart as you bend the elbows. Try to slide the stick behind your head towards the shoulders as far as it will go. Keep pulling the stick apart as you extend overhead. Hold. We're going to hold this shoulder flexion. Take a deep breath. And let's bend again. We're going to pull it behind the head. Trying to keep those elbows and that stick high off the ground. And reach back overhead. Hold. We're going to do one more. Pull that stick apart at 60% tension as we pull and bend those elbows. Pulling behind the head. Hold. And extend. Bring that stick down. Take a breath. We're going to do that 2 more times. So I was able to get pretty far, so I'm going to pull my hands a little bit closer together. Okay, if you weren't able to get very far into that press, you could open those hands out a little bit further. This time we're using 70% of your max effort. So we're going to increase that tension a little bit as we go through. All right, so find that setup. Take a deep breath. Feet are pressing down at 70%, and we are pulling apart on that stick at 70% as well. So we're going to lift up into that shoulder flexion. We're going to bend those elbows, slide it behind you as far as you can go. Keep squeezing as you reach back overhead to shoulder flexion. Hold. And we're going to do that again. Bend. Lift it up. Hold. Extend. Keeping it as high off the ground as you can. One more time. Don't forget that 70% tension. We're pulling on the stick, gripping that stick. Hold. Reaching back overhead. Bring that stick down and release. Whew. Take a breath. We've only got one more just like that. So this time we're going to be working at 80% tension. Okay, 80% of your max effort. This is our last set. Okay, here we go. So go ahead and reset that position. Pull that stick apart at 80%. Press those feet into the floor at 80%. We want to make sure we're not overarching the spine when we press by lifting the forehead up. Keep that forehead into your surface as we lift up and hold. Bend. Hold. Reach overhead. Hold. We've got 80% on that stick. Again, bend. Hold. Extend. Hold. Move that stick with control. One more. 80% on that stick as we bend. Hold. Extend. Keep pulling apart. And rest. Good. Release that tension. We'll slowly come up out of that position. We're going to go into a standing position for our shoulder extension work. So we can place that block to the side, Stick is gonna go behind you and the palms are gonna face forward. So again, with this one, we're gonna go a little wider than shoulder width, but we don't want too wide for these shoulder extensions. We're gonna reach that stick up behind you. Just like the shoulder flexion, we're gonna hold the extension. We're gonna hold the stick away from the floor and the arms behind you as we go through 3 reps. So pull that stick apart. We're starting at 60%. And then we're going to reach behind you into shoulder extension. We're gonna hold this position, make sure no compensation is happening in the body. And then you're gonna keep pulling that stick apart as we bend the elbows, trying to touch the back with the stick. And then we're gonna extend. Try to get those arms higher, hold. And let's do 2 more. Bend the elbows. Extend. Keep the stick away from the ground. And let's go 1 more time, bend. You're trying to get the stick as high up the back as possible as we bend. Extend, keep reaching that stick higher. And slowly bring it down to the hips. Take a deep breath. We're gonna do that one 2 more times. This time increasing to 70% tension once again. Pull that stick apart at 70%. And lift up to extension. As high as you can get that stick and those arms behind you. Make sure we're not overextending in those wrists. Go ahead and bend. Hold. As high as you can get that stick. Extend. Lift those arms higher. We're at 70% tension. Bend. And extend using those triceps. Let's go 1 more time. Bend, hold, slide that stick up, extend, lift that stick higher, slowly come back down. Woo, release the tension. Oh man, that's difficult. We're gonna increase this time to 80% tension as we go through our last set of 3. Okay, go ahead, pull that stick apart at 80% tension. Keep that tension as we lift that stick up behind you. Hold. Let's bend the elbows as far as you can, lifting that stick up the back. And exhale, extend. And let's go 2 more. Bend. And extend. Pulling apart at 80%. We're almost there. 1 more time. Bend. And extend. Bring that stick back down. And release. All right. So let's finish with some stretching. We're going to stretch into spinal rotation today, and we're going to really use leverage from the stick and use tension from the upper body to get deeper into that stretch. So we're going to start in a half kneeling position. Right leg is forward. We've got 1 long stick. Stick is going to go from the outside of that right knee under the leg and attach to the front of that left knee into the floor. All right, so I've got this stick wedged into the front of that left knee, underneath that right leg. It's anchored. I'm going to grab it with the right hand at about chest height. Then you're going to reach across with the left arm, drive that stick into the floor at 30% tension, and pull the stick towards 12 o'clock. It's not going to get all the way to 12 o'clock, but that's how we're going to find tension on the stick and stability in this position. You're then going to release the right arm and open that right arm towards 3 and 6 o'clock. Meanwhile, that left arm is still pulling that stick towards 12 o'clock. So we're rotating the spine here. Hold. And come back center. I'll show you from a different angle. Take a breath and reset if you need. We're going to release the right arm, open out towards 3 and 6 o'clock, rotating that spine. That stick is going to keep the hips nice and stable. Pulling with that left arm towards 12 o'clock with that stick. Come back center. Reset if you need. Drive that stick into the floor. And let's open that right arm 1 last time. Keep pulling that stick towards 12 o'clock with the left arm. Hold here for another 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Slowly come back center, release the tension, and let's switch sides. So I'll keep this angle so you can see that front leg. Stick's gonna go outside of that left hip in the left hand. We're gonna thread it underneath that left thigh. It's gonna attach right outside of that right knee. Grabbing it with the left hand about chest height. We're gonna reach across with the right arm and try to pull that stick towards 12 o'clock. That's gonna add stability to the hips. Release that left arm and open the torso to 9 o'clock and 6 o'clock. Meanwhile, that right arm is still pulling that stick towards 12 o'clock. Hold for 3, 2, 1. Slowly come back center. Reset if you need. Take a deep breath. Release that left arm and open. Stick is still gonna reach towards 12 o'clock. We're opening that left arm, reaching towards 9 and 6 o'clock. Hold 3, 2, 1. Slowly come back center. Reset if you need. We're gonna do that one more time. Pull that stick towards 12. Release the left arm and open. Rotating that spine. Keep going for 3, 2, 1, and release. All right, very nice job. I hope your upper body feels nice and worked. Great job today. Thank you so much, and I'll see you next time.